Here's 5 different things that used to be in CVs that you need to take out of them. Ultimately, standards have changed over time. Things that used to be in CVs have now been taken out, and if you don't stay fresh with these kind of changes, it might be going against you. So it's important to know what's changed and what you need to do differently. Because CVs are filtered in different ways using technology, and because CVs are read in a different sense, and there's also a lot more applicants in the market at the moment, it is harder to grab the right attention, so you've got to make sure you're doing the right things. So here are some tips that you should no longer be putting in a CV, and I've saved the most important one to last. So the first one is a picture, and this one is all to do with bias, be that conscious or unconscious. Humans make decisions within 6 to 8 seconds of making a connection with someone, and that includes the physical space as well. So if someone has any kind of unconscious bias that they want a certain gender in a role or a certain age type, then showing your picture will instantly help them to get to that conclusion and could lead to the wrong impression. It's just not expected in a modern CV. Some countries do expect it, so look into your local areas. But for the majority, a picture should not be included in your CV any longer. Next is your full address and date of birth. First of all, we've got to protect that data and make sure that we're not just sharing it when it's not necessary. Job applications may ask those questions, but your CV doesn't need to have it. You can actually just use your city and your country. And if you're going for an application, you can tailor it to the office that you're applying for. So in Northern Ireland, if I live in a small town, but my job's in Belfast, my CV should say Belfast. So you don't need to have it exactly where you live either, because you don't want to create any, is that too far for a commute? Just put in the office that you're going for and then have that discussion if need be later. So town and city and then country is perfectly acceptable as CV. Next is references. So with the references, a lot of people put in either references available upon request, or they put in an overview of the different people they've worked with that they could contact for a reference. The reality is people don't really check references prior to making an offer these days. They typically make a job offer and then start the reference process, because it's a lot of time and effort to reference and go through like that with candidates you're not going to hire. So it's important to make sure that you just take that out, because it's valuable space you could be using to talk about all of the other relevant things you can do. The next one is all about hobbies and interests, and this one is a little bit controversial with some people. So let's give a basic example. If you use that space to say that you enjoy walking your dog, someone could see that and go, oh great, I wonder what dog they have, I'm going to take them to an interview. Now, we both know that's less likely to happen anyway, but that's the kind of positive side of it, okay? But let's go the other side of the coin and say, right, this person's a dog walker, I am definitely more of a cat person, don't really like people who like dogs, so I'm not going to take them to interview. Again, also sounds ridiculous, but the point is, why even invite the opportunity to have the debate? You can use the job interview to build rapport and get common ground, but in a CV, it's a job application, so your hobbies and interests are no longer relevant. The next one then is the final and most important one, which is roles from over 10 years ago should be taken off your CV, okay? This is because the experience for the majority of people has likely superseded the experience they've done way back when. So you should be focusing that space on the things you've done more recently that help showcase the kind of things you want to be doing for the jobs that you're going for. A CV is not your life story, it's a job application. It's as simple as that. So if you're getting into your whole full career history, that's not going to help or benefit you. So make sure that you're focusing on the last 10 years, and you can still say 20 years of experience in your bio and allude to the fact that you've got that background. But in terms of jobs and the description of the roles and the achievements that you've done, 10 years should be the maximum that you're going for in order to really impress the hiring manager. So all of this gives you plenty of space to really focus on the things that are relevant to your job application. If you take those 5 elements out and focus on what you need, which is the bio, the core competencies, the work experience, and the education, that has everything that you need for a CV. Good luck with your applications this week, and get in touch if you need any support.